Blackwood Manor loomed, a gothic silhouette against the stormy sky. Rain lashed its crumbling facade. Wind howled through broken windows like the screams of tormented souls. Locals whispered of a dark history, a place of tragedy. Now consumed by shadows, Blackwood Manor was more than a house. It was a spectre of forgotten lives, of pain echoing through the ages. Each stone held a story, each floorboard creaked with sorrow. The manor was a vessel of despair, waiting to ensnare the unwary.
Daniel, look at this place. It's like stepping into another world.
Yeah, Emily, but I can't shake the feeling that we shouldn't be here. This place gives me the creeps.
Come on, Daniel, we came here for answers. We can't back out now.
All right, but let's stick together. This manor, it's not just old, it's something else.
As days turned into nights, the manor tightened its grip. The once grand and inviting halls now seemed to close in, suffocating those who dared to enter. Shadows grew longer and the air grew colder, as if the house itself was alive, breathing down their necks. Whispers slithered from the walls, disembodied voices whispering their torment. It was as if the very walls had stories to tell, secrets they had kept hidden for centuries. The whispers were not just sounds, they were emotions, raw and unfiltered, seeping into the minds of those who listened.
Daniel, did you hear that? It was faint, almost like a distant echo, but unmistakable. The sound seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, making it impossible to pinpoint its origin. It's like someone is crying. The sobs were heart-wrenching, filled with a sorrow that seemed to transcend time. It was as if the very soul of the house was weeping, mourning something lost long ago.
Yeah, I heard it. The fear in their voices was palpable, a stark contrast to their earlier bravado. They had come seeking adventure, but now they were faced with something far more sinister. This place is really getting to me. The oppressive atmosphere was taking its toll, fraying their nerves and making every shadow seem like a lurking threat.
Cold spots clung to Emily, a spectral touch that sent shivers down her spine. It was as if unseen hands were reaching out, trying to pull her into the darkness. Every step she took felt like a struggle against an invisible force. Daniel, his skepticism wavering, felt an unsettling presence. He had always been the rational one, the skeptic, but now even he couldn't deny the eerie sensations that surrounded them. The haunting was revealing itself, layer by terrifying layer. Each new discovery was more disturbing than the last, peeling back the facade of normalcy to reveal the true horror beneath.
The air, it smells like damp earth and decaying flowers. The scent was overpowering, a sickly sweet reminder of death and decay. It was as if the very ground they walked on was rotting beneath their feet.
And the candles, they keep going out. Every time they lit one, it would flicker and die, as if the darkness itself was swallowing the light. It was a chilling reminder that they were not welcome here. It's like something doesn't want us to see. The darkness was more than just an absence of light. It was a presence, a malevolent force that seemed to be actively working against them.
Doors slammed shut, trapping them in rooms filled with unseen eyes. The sound echoed through the halls, a final ominous warning that escape was not an option. Their initial curiosity was giving way to primal fear. What had started as an adventure was quickly turning into a nightmare, and they were powerless to stop it. Blackwood was toying with them. The house seemed to have a mind of its own, playing with their fears and pushing them to the brink of madness. It was a game they were destined to lose. They discovered a hidden compartment. Inside, a leather-bound journal, its cover worn and weathered by time. The journal seemed to pulse with an eerie energy, as if it held secrets long forgotten.
Look at this! It's a journal. It looks ancient, like it's been here for centuries. Who could have left it here? Maybe it has some answers. We should open it and see what's inside. There might be clues about the history of this place.
The spidery handwriting spoke of unspeakable rituals, dark ceremonies conducted under the cover of night. The ink seemed to bleed with the weight of the secrets it held, of a family consumed by their pursuit of forbidden knowledge. The Blackwood family, once respected, had delved into the occult, seeking power and immortality.
Alistair Blackwood, he was the patriarch, the one who led them down this dark path. His obsession with the unknown drove him to madness. He wrote about a door that was said to be a gateway to another realm, a place where the laws of reality no longer applied, a gateway to another realm, a realm filled with unspeakable horrors and unimaginable power. Those who entered were never the same.
Each page they turned revealed more of Blackwood's descent into darkness. The air grew colder, the shadows more oppressive, as if the journal itself was a conduit to the past, pulled them deeper into Blackwood's nightmare. The air grew colder, the shadows more oppressive. The forest around them seemed to close in, the trees whispering secrets of their own.
Daniel, listen to this. It talks about a being of pure anguish, a creature trapped within the manor's walls, feeding off the despair of those who dared to enter. A being of pure anguish, a malevolent entity that thrived on fear and sorrow. It was said to be bound to the manor, unable to escape its cursed walls, trapped within the manor's walls. The journal hinted at a ritual that could release it, but at a terrible cost.
Emily, we're not alone. We're being watched, hunted. I can feel eyes on us lurking in the shadows.
They were not alone. They were being watched, hunted. The presence in the shadows grew stronger, more menacing, as if the journal had awakened something ancient and malevolent.
Leave this place. You must go now before it's too late.
The frail historian, his eyes filled with fear, warned them. His voice trembled as he spoke, each word heavy with the weight of his knowledge and the urgency of his plea.
Blackwood Manor feeds on the living. It draws strength from your presence, growing ever more powerful with each passing moment. It will not let you go. Once you step inside, it will ensnare you, trapping you within its walls forever.
He spoke of a curse, of souls forever bound to the estate. The manor was a prison, a place where the living and the dead coexisted in a twisted symbiosis. His words were a premonition, heavy with dread. They carried the weight of countless lost souls, each one a testament to the manor's insatiable hunger.
Leave this place. Do not ignore my warning. Your lives depend on it.
But Emily and Daniel were too far gone. Their curiosity had turned into an obsession, a burning desire to uncover the secrets of Blackwood Manor. The manor had sunk its claws into their souls, fueling their obsession. They were drawn to it, unable to resist its dark allure.
We can't just walk away now. We've come too far to turn back.
This old man doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to scare us.
They dismissed the historian's warning as the ramblings of a frightened old man. They couldn't see the truth in his eyes, the desperation in his voice. They were determined to uncover the truth, even if it cost them their sanity. They believed they could conquer the manor, that they could unravel its mysteries without falling victim to its curse, even if it cost them their lives. The historian's warning echoed in their minds, but it was too late. The manor had already claimed them.
The entity revealed itself.
A swirling vortex of shadows, its eyes burning with cold fire.
It lunged at me, its touch draining the warmth from my body.
I watched in horror as the woman I loved was dragged towards the abyss, my skepticism shattered.
The manor itself seemed to groan, its walls pulsating with the entity's power. The air crackled with energy. A deafening roar shook the very foundation of the house.
Echoing, it spoke of your deepest fears, your hidden shames. I sought to break you, to consume you whole.
Clinging to life, I whispered the words from the journal. Ancient words of banishment, of purification.
Her voice, though weak, resonated with newfound strength.
My fear replaced by a desperate hope, I joined her chant, our voices combined, forming a weapon against the darkness.
The entity thrashed, its form flickering as the words struck it like blows. The air crackled, the shadows recoiled, the house shuddered as if resisting the exorcism.
But we pressed on, our voices growing louder, our resolve hardening.
With a final, agonizing shriek, the entity vanished. Silence descended upon Blackwood Manor, the oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by an eerie calm. But victory came at a price.
Emily collapsed, her face pale, her body drained. The haunting had taken its toll.
Daniel carried her out of the manor, into the pale light of dawn. As they left the gates, he cast one last look at the imposing structure. Blackwood Manor stood silent, its secrets buried once more. But the experience had changed them. They had stared into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back. They never spoke of Blackwood Manor again. The experience had forged a bond between them, stronger than their skepticism or fear.
Forever marked by the entity's touch, I dedicated myself to understanding the darkness.
My logic forever challenged, I found solace in her strength.
Blackwood Manor remained, a monument to tragedy, a testament to the enduring power of fear. But for Emily and Daniel, it was a reminder of their resilience, of their triumph over the darkness. They had faced their fears and emerged, forever changed, from the haunting of Blackwood Manor.